Yay.
How long are you waiting?
I don't know how long we're waiting. Hello, Rosen's in New Jersey. How are you?
That's unmuted.
You're unmuted.
You're unmuted. Okay.
Oh, here, people are joining.
Joe, how are you feeling?
Baruch Hashem, I'm doing much better. We've had a
Good.
little bit of a difficult week here, as I'm sure you've seen. My brother-in-law passed away. My wife is sitting there.
Sorry to hear.
But thank God I'm doing much better. Not 100%, but let's say 90.
Amazing. Okay. So I like to try to start on time because people made the effort to join us on time. So first I want to thank everybody for joining us for this Siyyum. Yay, Siyyum HaShas. I actually wrote a little list of things I wanted to do. Together. The first thing I would just share with you why I started recording. So some people who know me have heard this story. The reason I started is I was an exiled rabbi in Chutz La'aretz, and I wanted to have. I guess I was writing a blog. And you'd write a piece, invest a lot of time and energy, and you'd write it, and people would read it, good or not good. Then it would just sort of float away into the ether of the internet. And I felt I wanted to do something that, like that was more longer lasting, that was more evergreen, that people would be able to use over and over again, that they'd be able to benefit from, after you finish writing. And a couple of things happened at the time. One, I was exposed to something called Khan Academy. People who know me know how valuable that is. And also, like, I was thinking about, like, all of us have learned from Pinchas Kahati. We all know we've used Kahati, and if you haven't used Kahati, even if you haven't used Kahati, you have used Kahati, because so many books today are modeled after what Kahati tried to do, which is to make learning approachable and available. So if you think about your Schottenstein Talmud or the Steinsaltz Gemara, or all of the things that are be'ikvod Pinchas Kahati, who innovated and created this kind of running commentary in modern language. And I thought to myself that we really are undergoing a revolution in the way that people learn. And you could see it happening with YouTube. And, nowadays people learn in online courses in all kinds of different ways. And you see it happening in learning as well in Torah. It really actually exploded after Corona hit. But you saw it happening more and more. And I thought that learning on YouTube, that there's so much material. There's so much Torah on the internet, there's material there, but so many people, they don't know how to find it, and they don't know how to use it. And in addition, I'm a very visual learner. Some people have told me they're also, I think, mentioned that they're visual learners. And there's so much beautiful, material on the internet. You can see, even from those people who are just learning the Sechet Brachot, when the Torah, when the Mishnah says, Ben Tchelet Lavan, Ben Tchelet Lekarti. So it's all the difference in the world. I could tell you what Tchelet looks like. I could tell you what Karti looks like. But if you look at Karti, you see Tchelet, and you see, whoa, it's got to be pretty light outside in order to see the difference between what a leek looks like and what Tchelet looks like. There's so much you can do. And so I just started, and I figured, do 2 Mishnah a day, and we'll see what happens. And Baruch Hashem, thank God. I mean, one day leads to another day, and then a month,
1,000 YouTube subscribers,
and then a year, yeah, and most gratifying to me is when I'll go and I'll see, today, somebody learned something in Peah and something in Dumai and something in Baba Metzia, just from all over Shas. There are people learning not only Mishnayot of today, but every day there are people learning Mishnayot from all over Shas, and that's very, very gratifying to me. So Baruch Hashem, and I want to. That's something that I was really aiming to do at the very beginning, and I feel has been very successful. So before we do the Siyyum, first of all, people I want to thank. The first person I want to thank is sitting right here. That's why I wanted to sit here. My wife and also my kids. I think some of my kids are on. Leah, okay, my kids are on. Batzal is there also and quiet. Who many mornings would be listening and hearing me
today's Mishnah.
Masechet Bechorot, Perek Gimel, like they try to sleep, and I'm like doing the recording or late at night. Leah knows exactly what I'm talking about, so they're very understanding, and without their encouragement, I definitely would not have been able to do this because it takes just a tremendous amount of time. You can imagine how you feel when your husband takes his laptop on vacation because he has to record Mishnayot, somewhere else or wherever it was in the world. I mean, those who've been us for a while, yes, you've seen me in airports, you've seen me in hotel rooms, everywhere. So it takes a lot of understanding as well that even without vacation that you're doing the Mishnah. Okay, so thanks to them. I also want to thank somebody who most people don't know here, someone named Guy Saban. So anybody who's ever used the website that I use, Mishnah.co, was originally built on a volunteer basis by a guy named Guy Saban, who's a web developer. And without it, the program definitely couldn't have grown. I didn't have a place to put the Mishnayot, and I just want to, he's not on, it doesn't know I'm thanking him, but it's very much appreciated. And finally, I want to thank all the people that participated in the learning. I mean, that's the most meaningful thing to me, to see people, to get feedback from people. I get feedback all the time and questions and comments, and that's unbelievably meaningful to me. I want to do a short Dvar Torah. I'm going to share my screen. A short Dvar Torah that I wanted to. Okay. You cannot minimize the Zoom when I'm in the recording.
No, but you can try to share.
I want to share. Hold on. There we are. Can you all see my screen?
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. SDC.
Okay, great. Okay. So I want to share with you an idea. 1 second. Here we are. From what?
Oh, you're playing the recording?
No, hold on a second.
Oh, wait, what happened
Okay,
here?
I don't know what's going on. If you're live streaming, I apologize. Anyway, I want to share with you, you can all see, this is from the commentary of the Rambam on Pirush HaMishnah. And the Rambam, it just his words really strongly resonated with me. The words that he wrote a whole commentary in the Mishnah. People are not aware, and many people are not aware. The main commentary that I use is the Bartanura, Bavadya Bartanura. But the Rambam wrote a whole commentary in the Mishnah. And at the end, he writes the following. I'll just read it and I'll translate. He writes, we finished this writing as we had desired. I am beseeching Hashem and encroaching him, begging him. He will save me from mistakes. If someone has a question, if someone has a better explanation than mine, he should let me know. And he should judge me for the positive. He judge me in a positive light. Okay, what I put upon myself in this endeavor is not a small amount. And it's not easy to do. If someone has a good sense of this kind of thing. So he's like, I tried my best, basically. That's what Rambam says. If I made mistakes, let me know. And I tried my best. And if you have comments, let me know. And specifically, my heart is busy, right, with the anguish of the time. And Hashem decreed on us the exile, v'hanidod ba'olam, and the wandering around the world, miktzei hashamayim v'aktzei hashamayim, from one edge of the heavens until the other. And maybe this exile will be schar, will be galut, will atone for our sins. This I really identified with. You should know that Hashem knows that there's some of these halachot that I wrote when I was like on the road. And some of them were when I was riding on a boat. I was on a ship on the high seas. And that's enough. In addition, I was also learning other things. So I guess he was learning how to be a doctor. I was busy with my studies. And I'm only telling you this. So if someone is going to be exacting and try to criticize, just know that when I did this, I was exiled from my country. I was doing other things. I was on ships and boats. We were going from one side of the earth to the other. Ve'ein ra'ui lahashimo al bikurato. And you shouldn't criticize him for his criticism. Elo yesh lo schar ha'meit Hashem al kach. Ve'ahuvu alai ki melechet Hashem. And he has reward for his criticism. He is loved to me because that's the job, the work of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Umatziti arti mi matzabi b'meshech zman chibur pirush zeh hu shegaram shenishtaheiti bo zman rav. And what I've described to you, that's what took me so long. And this is what he writes. Ani Moshe Rab Maimon Adayan, Rab Yosef HaChacham, Rab Yitzchak Adayan, Rab Yosef Adayan, Rab Ovadia Adayan. He goes back a lot of generations. Rab Shlomo, Rab Harab, Rab Ovadia Adayan, Zecher Kedoshim Livracha. It was impressive that he knew that many generations back in his lineage. So he wrote something very interesting. Itchalti lechaber perush zeh, v'ani ben shlosh ve'esrim shana. I started writing this perush when I was 23 years old. V'shlamti oto b'mitzrayim v'ani ben shloshim shana. And I finished writing my commentary when I was 30 years old. So how long did it take him? 6.5 to 7 years. Shishnat elef v'arba'miot shat shivim nishtarot. Whatever the number of the years are. So I was reading this Rambam and I just like, first of all, like, could you say, is it possible to suggest that Rambam, how long did it take him? It took him 7 years, plus or minus. He was learning Mishnah Yomit. Every day he decided I wanted to learn a little bit more and a little bit more, and he write his commentary. And doing that as a very young man, he wrote his first really great commentary that has stood the test of time. But I just read that, it was like unbelievable. Like, the idea that when we're traveling and when we're doing other things, just every bit of learning, you can really create something that can stand the test of time, that can be meaningful to people. That was something that was very, very, very meaningful to me. And I think that's something that's worth considering. That's the Rambam's last sentence. So Baruch Hashem, end of my little vort. Okay. So now I'm going to turn it over for our next session. We're going to do, before we conclude, Rena wrote a Kahoot. So, Rena?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I do it? How do I do it? 1 second? I just switched to 1 second.
Share your screen.
Oh, I share my screen. It's on there?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll share my screen again. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so this one?
Yeah, that one. And on the left, it says start.
Start. So if everyone will join in our Kahoot.
Wait, you have the classic mode.
Classic mode. Thank you. It's good you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, go to.
I didn't do it for today.
It's okay. Go to kahoot.ip and enter in the pin. Wait a couple more minutes. We've got 2 people so far. Kahoot.it and enter this pin.
Makes it easier when you use this for every family gathering during Corona.
Or if anyone's in Smichat Chaver program, we have these Kahoots all the time.
They do it? Oh, yeah, they do Kahoots?
Yeah.
Leah. Leah might know a thing or two. Okay.
She's done this one.
Ross. How are you, Ross? Write it down. Yeah.
Give me a pen.
Okay. Hello, Gomez family. Who's the Gomez family? I don't know. Okay. Are we all set? Everybody in who wants to be? We have 10 players. How do I start it?
Give me a minute, still trying to get.
I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second. Yeah. Josh, you all set? I think Josh is in there. One more.
Not yet, and still says waiting for the,
Oh, you put in the pin.
not yet. I'm still waiting for the prompt, so just give me a minute. Hopefully you can
problem.
start without me, it's
It's
fine.
the, no. It's the Yad Binyamin. It's that excellent Yad Binyamin internet.
Exactly.
Don't
Yitz-
jinx it, don't
Yitz
jinx
is
it, don't
laughing.
jinx it.
Right, I'm serious. I've done many a Zoom. All right, we're gonna go. Everybody ready?
Go.
I think you have to move the Zoom out. of the
After we
way.
do.
Yeah.
What am I doing a Siyyum on? Mount Shasta, Shas Gemara,
Yeah, now you can see all the.
or they can
answers.
see it. Shas Mishnayot and or the Shas political party. Can they see?
Yeah, they can see that. No, you want to move that down. So there you go. Out of the way.
5 people got it correct. Only 5 people see the answers. Is it so slow? I don't know. Next. Oh, Yechiel's ahead. Number 2. How many Siddharim are there in Shas?
Yeah, you also- See, you get at the picture of the Seder plate.
Oh, I like that. I
And
couldn't
as
see
I
all
said,
that.
one in Israel, 2 in Pool.
2 Siddharim. There are 6. Next.
Next, again, next.
Ooh, Kevin Lev is ahead. The Siddharim are divided into organized drawers, chapters, episodes, or Masechtot.
You don't get the picture what it's from? Those are
Absolutely
those
perfect.
color- No, those are the color ladies. The
No, I don't get that.
they're like
I don't get
organizers. They
that.
organize things by color.
The answer is Masechtot. Okay. Ooh, Dad making a run. What does Shas stand for? Shisha Siddharim, Shalosh Seudot, Shoresh Stop.
Shortstop.
Oh, shortstop. I didn't even know
That's the
that.
picture.
Shortstop. Shilton Sorry.
Suri, like the Syrian government.
You were really working hard
I
here. Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. Okay. Leah making a run.
What?
What? Okay, now we have what Seder. It gets a little harder. Are these Masechtot found in? So now we're keeping score. Climb. Moed, Nashim, Nezikin, or Zraim? I like these ones.
I know.
Answer? Seder Zraim. Sorry, Leah. Sanhedrin. Moed, Nezikin, Zraim, or Kudshim? You try to answer fast. You get caught.
Usually means somebody's disconnected.
Yeah, somebody must have gotten disconnected, right?
Yeah. Right.
All right. The answer is Nezikin. Oh, they all got that. Nice. Para.
That was a hard one.
That was a hard one.
Because I tricked you.
You did trick me.
I
You gave more
did.
time.
No, I didn't give more time. I tricked with the answer.
Joe, do you know that one?
Not sure.
Not sure. Right. You can't remember. I never remember which one it is. The answer is Tarot.
I guessed well.
Ooh. Okay. 9. Kritut. This is a hard one.
Yes.
Let's cut you, man.
You can't hear you. I worked off a chart.
You worked off a
I
chart?
didn't know by heart.
Man, there's a chart in the Kahati, you know?
There's a chart online. I looked online.
It was Kachim. Okay, most of you, half of you got it right. Yechiel is still in the lead. You know what the prize is, Yechiel? What's the prize?
Nothing.
No, there's no
You
prize.
get to do another round.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Who was born in Poland in 1910 with the name Pinchas Gechtman? Saba, that would be Phil Rosen. Matan Kahana, Pinchas Kahati, or Albert Einstein? See, I can do that.
I was going on the Pinchas one.
I know.
That's why I took Saba.
I didn't think his name was Gechtman. When did he change? When did he change his name to Kahati?
He changed it in honor of his father, whose name was Kahat, when he moved to Israel.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, live and learn. Last one. Where is Hanukkah listed in the Mishnah? This is a hard one. Red, Shabbat, Gimel Yud, Ner Beito, Vener Chanukah. Ner Beito Adif.
Mishum Shalom Beito.
Okay, Mishum Shalom Beito. Orange, Bikurim, Chanukah Hisof Moed Avaat Bikurim. Or blue, Chagiga, Mitzvah Chanukah Ner Ishu Beito.
From Hadri Ner L'Chol Chaver.
It was in Masechet Bikurim. Who got that?
The
Anyone?
other two, the red and the blue, were Gemaras, not Mishnahs, and I made up the source.
And the winner is
for it.
number 3, Josh D. Nice. Number 2, Yechiel. And the number 1, all of them right?
That's not fair, Larry.
Okay. Stop there.
There has to be an advantage.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to a little bit of feedback. Yitz, are you still? Oh, he left the. Yitz was gonna give us some feedback. If anyone, he's there. He's still there. If you want to, I asked Yitz to say a few words. If anybody else wants to share, go ahead. Because Yitz has been there really, literally from the beginning. So he's mamish making the Siyyum HaShas.
I figured a lot of it. I think I was gonna echo what you said at the beginning, but I'll tell you how I first got here. About 5+ years ago, when the Mishnah Yomi cycle was starting again, so Rav Doron Polachek, who's the Magid Shir for Daf Yomi in Yad B'Yamin, was encouraging the guys to take up another challenge and to do Mishnah Yomi. And during those conversations, Josh, who's on the call right now, said that Rav Spalter was starting a new project and regarding Mishnah Yomi and with the video, through the internet. And kind of like you were saying, I started with you, and then you do 2 Mishnahs a day by day. You don't really count, and before you know it, you turn around and you see what you've accomplished. For me, I think it opened up a whole new area of learning for me, in the sense that, Mishnah we always also associate with Shloshim or with Avelus, and there would always be, throughout the years, 3 or 4 Masechtot that I would go for whenever those Mishnah lists would pop up, that I knew that I had the Kahati in English, and that's what I did. I didn't want to go out of my boundaries. I didn't feel, going into, I didn't want to get in any uncomfortable territories. And I think this project, the Mishnah Yomi, really allowed me to expand my horizons and to feel comfortable going to different Masechtas. And I really have an attachment. I think especially my personal favorite of your Masechta was Midos. I still go back to that, to the extent that that's available whenever there is a Shloshim, whenever there is a Mishnah available. I search for Midos. First of all, it's one that doesn't get eaten up too quickly, like the Moed, like Masechtas and Moed. And I just thought it just the way you presented it, I thought was just unbelievable. And I think the fact that, like you were saying before, the fact that it's done on video. Before I joined your project, what I saw people doing was kind of reading the Kahati. That whoever was doing Mishnah Yomi or Mishnah, they would read the Kahati. And I was looking for something that would be more, I guess, like interactive, more video, more audio. And this really, I didn't find anything before your project came along. I didn't find anything like that on the internet. So I think you really are, you really have done an incredible project over here. And I think it's something that will continue to grow. Despite that you might be finishing the English version of it right now, I think in the years to come, you're going to see it being more and more populated by different people. And I look forward to using it as a resource in the years to come. So, Yesher Koach, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it for those kind words. Is anybody else that want to share? I asked you because I didn't want nobody to say anything, but you know, but if anybody else has something to say, I think now's the time, or forever hold your peace.
I'll join for a minute. I mean, I started learning back in 2018 when my mother passed away, not to learn to complete anything, but just to learn a little bit of Mishnah. And I didn't start with you. I started YU Torah online or something like that. And I guess somewhere around Peah, I got stuck. And there was nothing else. There was nothing out there that I was really comfortable with. So I started searching and I found you. And I've been with you since. I skipped a little bit here and there. That's why I'm keeping going. I very much appreciate the fact that I saw you started in Hebrew today. So since we're planning on making Aliyah in the next, let's say 10 to 12 months, I figure it's a good place to start and get my Hebrew up to date. So I thank you very much for this journey.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure to have met you and gotten to know you, really, very much so. Anyone else?
Yeah, I just wanted to just say a quick thank you to Rav Spolter. I really appreciate it. I think that your Mishnah, you explained it with a great deal of clarity. And I appreciate all these extra outside things that you bring in. There's a website. What is this plant? What is this animal? How did they do spinning? How do they do that? And I think that really brings a lot. You know, it's one thing to kind of sit with a kati in your hand, and it's great. But you don't get, things, you don't get an insight until you say, oh, there's a YouTube video that explains how we did this and how that was done. And I think that really added a lot. So I just wanted to say thank you for doing homework and finding all these sources and where the etymology of words and Mishnaic manuscripts. I think it all really adds. So I just wanted to say thank you for going well beyond the page and to utilizing the internet for an online share in a way that was really brought a lot more to bear. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, the Rabbi Spolter, ego show is great, but I think if somebody else wants to add, you can send it to me privately, and I'll just record it and listen to it over and over again later. Okay, Dad, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to say something. Mazel tov, first of all, and the times that I've actually been privileged to watch and learn from your Mishnah, the demonstration of your clarity, your creativity. And one of the things I like the best is the fact that it was Hilul Nishmat to your father.
Amen. I was going to mention that. Thank you. So the learning I always did in memory of my father, I actually mentioned this on Shabbat. Like, we have strong memories. My father passed away. Most people don't know me. My father passed away when I was very, very young, when I was 9. But he was a very learned person. He had smicha. Smicha is here on the wall. I didn't know him. My father-in-law knew him much better than I ever did. But I have memories of him and how important learning was of him. And Mishnah was very important to him, and learning was important to him. And the memories that our children have of us are the ones that we leave, for them, of the things that are important to us. They know right away what's important to us and what's not. And if this brought, please God, this brings Aliyah to his neshama, that's the greatest zchut that I can have. I also want to dedicate this Siyyum in memory of Savta Tzif, Sipora Bat Yosef Ruven, whose yard site is in a week. Soon, very soon. Bet Shvat. So Savta also was a character. I was so to know her very, very, very well, and we loved her very much. And she was proud of all of us and loved all of us, and would be very proud that we're learning in her memory. All right, so I'm going to do the Siyyum. There's no Kaddish. I asked Rabbi Mon. He said no Kaddish on Zoom, so we'll do without the Kaddish, and then we'll all drink our own l'chaims at home, and we'll thank you all for participating. Okay, the last Mishnah. You all learned the last Mishnah, didn't you? All of you did the last Mishnah, so you have to learn it again. Amar Rabbi Yoshua. The last Mishnah has nothing to do with Kodshim, with Tarot, but they wanted to finish. Chazal wanted us to finish with something on a positive note. Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi Atid HaKadosh Baruch Hu la'anchil l'chol tzadik b'tzadik 310 olamot. Kadosh Baruch Hu in the future will give us, will inherit to each righteous person 310 worlds. Shne'amar lahanchil ohevai yesh v'otzotehem amalei, to give inheritance to those who are my beloved yesh. Yesh, the gematria of yesh is 310, and I will fill their otzot. I will fill their storehouses. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Chalafta lamatzah Kadosh Baruch Hu kli machzik bracha l'Yisrael ela hashalom. Shneimar, Hashem oz la'amo yitein, Hashem yivrechet amo b'shalom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu could not find a better vessel to hold blessing for the Jewish people than the vessel of peace. And we speak about it a lot, about shalom, and it's like, actually it was interesting. Somebody commented on the Masechet Bracha, the new one. She comments, she's like, Judaism speaks a lot about these values, about ahava, about love, that God's love for the Jewish people, about the need for peace. And we don't internalize it enough. We say it every day. We say, Amrechet Amo Yisrael Bashalom, but we don't really internalize it as much. And the thing I said on the video, for those who are in the video, remember, the idea, I was for sure that this is the end of Masechet Kelim. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a Kli Machzik Bracha. We're talking about all these Kelim that were Tameh, with like millions of different kinds of Kelim. This one is Makabel Tumah, and that's not Makabel Tumah. This holds this kind of Tumah, and that one's hold that one. So let's start to talk about a Kli that holds something good. And that Kli that holds something good is peace, is shalom. And definitely learning, I believe Mishnah is a very universal thing. It was before sectarianism, before disagreements, before anything. The Mishnah belongs to everyone. And even I've had feedback from people who are not Orthodox, not religious like me. Even today I got a beautiful feedback. And it's very meaningful to me that the idea of Mishnah, the idea of studying Torah is something that has the power to unite Jews from around the world. And that's something that's a great blessing. Okay. Mishnah. I'm going to do the once. People do it 3 times, but it's your time, so I'm going to save you. Daitan alach shisha sidrei Mishnah v'daita chalan. Lo ninnashay binach shisha sidrei Mishnah v'din nisham lo be'alma adein v'lo be'alma de'ate. Harevna Adonai Eloheinu divrei Toratcha b'finu v'fiku amcha beit Yisrael. V'niyeh anachnu kulanu tzatzeinu v'tzatzei amcha beit Yisrael kulanu yodei shemecha v'lomdei Toratecha lishma. Mo'ivaytecha chakmini mitzvatecha ki de'olam hi li. Yili bit amin b'chukecha laman lo yivosh le'olam lo yishkach b'kvodecha kibam chitani baruch ata Adonai lamdeni chukecha amen 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 sela va'ed. Now it's worthwhile to note that the next thing we say is, I'll just say and I'll translate. Modi b'lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'le'avoteinu shesamtem chalkeinu miyoshvei beit hamidrash v'lo miyoshvei kuranot. Now HaKadosh Baruch Hu placed our portion from those who sit in the Beit Midrash and not those who sit on the corners. We get up and they get up. We get up for the words of Torah and they get up for wasted things. We toil and they toil. They toil and do not receive reward. We run, they run. We run to the world to come and they run to an open pit. I want to add, though, I think that the idea of Mishnah Yom is so powerful. People have said to me that beauty is like they can begin their day with a little bit of learning, with the beginning of a bit of Torah, and they know every day they have some Torah in their day. And that has the power to change your whole day. I know, and definitely for me, this idea of doing the Mishnah every single day, having that anchor, and that's why I think Mishnah Yom is such a powerful program, because it's doable, it's compact, something you can do, but then you know that you learned that day. You knew that you got up and did something good. No matter what else you had to do in the rest of your day, you always have that in your pocket. And people have said that to me as well. And I think that's something that's very beautiful. That even if you think you're running to Dvarim B'Teilim, if you begin the run with the Olam Haba, then the rest of your day is not Dvarim B'Teilim. It's something that's more powerful. בסדרים וספרים אחרים מסיימם, ללמוד ולמד, לשמור ולעשות ולקיים כל דברי טעם ותורתך באהבה, וזכות כל התנאים ותלמידי חכמים עוסקים בסדר טהרות תעמוד לי ולזרעי, שתעמוד התורה מפי ומפי זרע זרעי מעתה ועד עולם. ותקיים בי בהתהלכך תנחה אותך, ושך בך תשמע עליך והקיצות יביתי שיחך, כי בי יהיו בו ימיך ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים. אורך ימים בימינה בשמאלה אושר וכבוד. Adonai oz la'amo yitain, Adonai berech et amo b'shalom. So I want to thank all of you for joining on this amazing Siyyum. Naomi, I don't know if we've ever interacted and they didn't know that how much you've learned and participated. I'm glad you came and participated. So thank you very much. And I know most of the other people. If there's something you want to say, or maybe not, I don't want to put you on the spot. Yeah.
I started with you, I guess like 6-7 months ago. Yeah. During Corona, I started learning Nach Yomi with 929. And then I felt like I need to put some halacha in as well. So it's been really great. So thank you.
How's it been Seder Taro? You really joined it, the real
I
halakha.
joined in Seder Taro. That was a little heavy, but yes. I was like, well, you
Wonderful.
know, you want to learn Mishnah, so this is what it is.
Terrific, fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you,
I also
everybody.
do, I also do 929. And we're finishing in another month.
That's right, it's almost done.
Right.
929 is all
Yeah.
right.
Fish
I mean,
out
I think all these learning programs are really, really wonderful. As you all know, I really, really believe in the power of Mishnah. I think it, like someone once said to me, like, oh, you know, I think there's a misperception. I think it's an ideal daily learning program. And my goal and my dream is that every Jew who wants to learn, you know, on a daily basis should understand the power of Mishnah Yomit, and God willing, we should be able to bring it to them. So anyway, Mazal Tov, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Make it a good day.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Make it a great day. That's right. I should say that. Bye-bye, everybody.
You have a chat there. that you-
Kevin,
You could kind of.